I knew this
Yeah,
was
I can see who won.
I know who won it, Jack.
Yeah, it's Gage. Yes, you did win it. But I can't go into details with the race.
It's fine. Half
Okay.
the guys don't even race anymore. All right, I'm starting the live. 3,
Yes.
2,
Let's
1.
go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of Virtual Victory Lane podcast. I finally decided on a name. Last week it was just podcast. But Jaden will not be joining us tonight, unfortunately. He had family matters. He could not attend. But we do have the main man who couldn't join us last week, Jack Simpson. What is up, Jack?
Not much. I'm happy to be here for my first time on the podcast, so looking forward to it.
Happy to have you on the pod. Unfortunately, last week you did not join us for the racing side of that, which kind of sucked. And that kind of just boiled into what happened really the whole night for our team. It was interesting night, especially for myself. If you looked at the incident report, you would know that.
I did see that.
Yeah. But let's get into it. I mean, we're going into Echopark Automotive Speedway, and we were really excited as a team and really hopeful for this weekend or week, whatever you want to say it.
Absolutely.
I think we're really good there, and I think we're really good. Even though you weren't here, I know you were my pick to win last week. Actually, you were my.
That's my pick to win too.
I picked you for the win. I did not pick you for pole, but I did pick you for the win. And then you didn't even fucking show up. So, and don't cuss, because I currently can't do that for 5 seconds. But yeah, so we started off the night okay in qualifying. The 2410 cars were mediocre at best. I think in qualifying we qualified mid-pack or just inside the top 10. And then lap 2, I caused a wreck. Someone drifted high. I think it was Cedric Ingram. I don't know if it was Cedric or not though. And I spun him. I like half spun. I gave him a bad bump and he got loose. And he saved it. And then Mason Tucker ran him over and killed him. Unfortunately. And then that wasn't a yellow actually. And me and Jaden were not happy that was not a yellow. We had a few words with race control. Unfortunately. Even though the yellow, not having a yellow benefited me, actually, because it would have been two yellows caused by me in the same night. So in the end, it is a good thing that yellow didn't come out for my sake. But I think this yellow, Jack, I think you would be implored to go take a look at the lap 2 wreck on what happened. I think that's a clear yellow. And I understand race control side of this thing, right? I mean, I get this league doesn't want to pay for race control. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of expenses. And I think Anthony and Adam and all those guys do an amazing job for what they, especially in the car. I think it's a really, really good job. But I think we have that a lot where we have yellows that don't get thrown. I think that happened at Dega this year. I think Vegas. I mean, Atlanta. I remember Atlanta. There's like a 3-car wreck on the front stretch in the second race of the year, and there was no yellow. So I mean, it's frustrating. Even though it benefits me, I still think for the consistency side of things, that's something that needs to be watched more. Like especially when there's like 3 guys on the radio saying we need a yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I digress though. It's over with, and I think race control. It didn't really affect the race too much, aside from poor Brian King, who got trapped the lap down because of it, because he got murdered. But aside from that, we get into the rest of the race, and me and Jaden were pretty sprout. I ran right to the front, got to the top 5. Jaden was a top 10 car. He didn't get quite to the front. He had some nose damage from the stack ups on the restarts. We have a whole pit cycle. We had a pit cycle at Echopark Automotive Speedway. We had to pit in the goofy backstretch, and we actually came out really well. I think I came out second, and then Jaden came out, I think, 6th or 5th, and we were pretty far away. And then going into turn 1, I gave Adam a bad push, or Adam gets a little loose, whatever, and he spins into me, and we both die. Yeah, so that was my night, and then I had another run-in with Sheffield, which was probably my fault. Well, it was my fault as well. So, a rough night from me. Connor was the first yellow of the night. I think he cleared himself on someone on like lap 12. And then he fixed the damage and was on lead lap and then sped on pit road. Got a holding penalty and was a lap down the rest of the race. But yeah, I mean, Jaden came home with a 4th place finish, and that is awesome for Jaden. But man, the not showing up for you hurt you in the points, and last week hurt me in the points a lot too. You know what I mean? But I mean,
Absolutely.
I know you were disappointed though, and talk about maybe why you felt like this last weekend you missing that opportunity is a big deal for not only your chase hopes, but to climb as much as you want in the standings.
Well, I'm missing a lot of races this year with my IRL stuff, but Atlanta, Echopark is one of those tracks where like I've always felt I can go there, and I've learned how to control both lanes there. Like it's not even comparable, I think, to Daytona and Talladega. It's like a short track super speedway, obviously. That's how everybody sees it. At Daytona and Talladega, you're having these lanes that are coming up on these huge runs. There's not nearly as much car control, just not as much racecraft. And I find with the smaller track, there's more finesse to it. You got to be on top of your car every single lap. And I find when I get out in front, I can always know when each lane is going to come. For me, it's predictable. Obviously, the racing there is not predictable, but I feel like every time I go there, and the team for the most part goes there, all of us, I think it's one of the races where it's safe to say that one of our cars at least is going to be in contention. So, out of my control last week, couldn't do anything about missing the race, but it hurts. I feel like we've had some mistakes this year, not had the finishes we deserve, so this one's going to hurt, but I don't think my playoff hopes are out the window at all.
No, certainly not at all. And I mean, I think maybe the curse of you not being there was kind of what happened to me, and I just missed you. I missed you. I mean, we were really fast. Like, we were really fast. And I think before me and Adam wrecked, we were the best 2 cars. Me and Adam were. We went to the front when we worked together because Jaden really wasn't up there yet, and Connor was a lap down. So I was kind of just working with Adam. And I think we were the 2 best cars until either both of our mistakes, or mainly my mistake with the big run I had, and I didn't think it was as big as it was. I think me and him were the best 2 cars, and then we wrecked, and we're buried in track position the rest of the night, or we had damage. But once that unfolded, Jack, and the 2 best cars were gone, this race got really racy. It got really racy. And we saw a lot of guys up there. I think we're going to look at the finishing results, if you want to look at that yourself, of the top 15, I believe, or top 16 guys tonight, or last Thursday night. Doug Denise getting his first win of the season. Congrats to Doug, man. That guy is so clean. I never have a bad thing to say about Doug. He's had a pretty good year. He's 4th in points or something, and what a result for him. Michael Carter, 2nd, Matt Sisler. And Jaden, our boy Jaden, gets a top 4, and Dallas Humans in the top 5. So a really crazy top 5, really. If you take a look at like any other races this season, it's a really different running order at the finish there, Jack.
Absolutely. Like Doug's one of those guys you'd be surprised that he hasn't had a win this year. He's been incredibly consistent, pretty high up in the chase. Not going to be hard for him to secure his spot, I don't think so. Happy for Doug. That was a long time coming. He was fast there, I think, in a preseason race. I feel like we did correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like we did do a preseason race at the new super speedway version of Echopark. Am I wrong?
I don't think so. I know we did an old Atlanta race, but I don't think
what I do know is that at the drafting tracks, Doug is very fast.
Yes.
There's that Toyota Revolution Motorsports team, they always find a way to get connected, and I can respect that. So, I'm happy for Doug that he got that win. I'm taking a look at the final lap for the first time myself, and as I was pointing out earlier, the difference between Atlanta and the other drafting tracks we go to is it's just so hard for these cars to lock bumpers, and I think that's kind of why Jane didn't have the run he could build out of 3 and 4.
Yeah,
and when you're not locking bumpers in turn, I think it's more of a finesse of the car, and like Doug's one who had that in the end. So when you're 2-3 rows back, especially with this Gen 7 package, it's harder to build those runs and get there when it counts.
And I mean, if you look at the standings, first and second, I mean, obviously I had a really rough night. I finished first time all year. I've not finished the lead lap. I finished 23rd. Dwayne had a rough night too, P2 in the standings. So really, Dwayne couldn't capitalize on the really rough night I had all that much. But Matt Slisler comes and gets a podium, right? So he's now second in points, 7 back from me. And they really kind of, because Matt had a rough stretch there, right? He had a rough stretch, a few races, didn't get maybe not the worst, he didn't get the worst results, but me and Dwayne were outrunning him a lot. And he comes in and gets, this is what Super Speedway Racing does, Jack. It kind of flips up the order. And I mean, Matt did a great job. Matt's usually a pretty solid Super Speedway driver when we go to these things. Adam Boutman came back for a top 10. John Osborne. Jeff Carson with, I think, like 11 top 10s now this year. That guy's just racking off the top 10s. I saw Humans and Huso up there contending. Kyle Taub, after last time out at Chicagoland getting that win, was up there. It was a really fun race when I wasn't wrecked. Jaden seemed to have fun. Connor seemed to have fun. Wish you were there, but
I would have had fun. I know it.
Well, you would have had. I feel like my night might have not been as chaotic if I had my boys up there. But who knows? I might wreck you guys. So, yeah. But I mean, and I think that's a great way to lead us into, Jack, the point standings. After we get out of the wild card race that was Echopark Automotive Speedway, I still have the points lead, not by a lot. I'm only 7 above Matt. Dwayne did lose second. Like I said, he's 20 behind me. Adam Bouton's actually still 4th. He's only a point ahead of Doug Denise, though, and they're a long ways back from the top 3. So I think the battle for 4th is really between them and John and even Jeff Carson. I mean, he's only 30 points behind Adam. That's very doable with the amount of races we have left.
Absolutely. Looking forward to. Is it too early to do our picks? Can I give you my pick now for Indy?
No, we gotta wait and look at the stats, bud. We gotta wait.
Okay, fair.
You're getting hasty.
But, right. But yeah, my thoughts on Indy. I love it. It's a great track. Lots of technicality to it. There's obviously a level of unpredictability to every track we go to, but at Indy, I think it's just about setting a rhythm. It's hard to pass. Tires really play a factor as the run goes on. Cars slot in the line. It's kind of predictable. You're going to see a big long train of cars go down the back straightaway. Not a lot of jostling around, especially. It's a very unique track with the flat corners. Outside land never prevails like we see at some other intermediates we go to, where you can either pick between wearing your tires or preserving them on the inside. And that multi-groove racing, we're just not going to see it in Indianapolis. So I think you're going to see the best driver on long run pace prevail over the long run.
Yeah, but I mean, there's that thing, right? That's what's going to be tough for me. I have the penalty from the 3 incidents I caused last week, so I'll be starting dead last. I will not be qualifying. So it's going to be a rough one, and we didn't have any yellows at the other 2-mile track we had at Pocono, right? So it'll be an uphill battle for me. Hopefully you guys have a good qualifying. Qualifying is going to be very important tomorrow night. If we don't qualify well, it's going to be very big. Before we get to Indy, though, I think we all look at you and Jaden. Jaden Newsom, he's missed a lot of races, and so have you, and you've had some tough luck. But only 11 and 22 points out for the both of you. That's very doable. Very, very doable. And I think we're going into a track where I think we should all run rather well. I would assume all cars could really realistically get top 10s here. Hopefully Connor can get a good run as well. Keep the car clean. But yeah, I think that you being 22 out is extremely doable, and Jaden being 11 out is very doable as well for you. I mean, you run top 5 about every week, and Jaden runs about top 10 every week. So I think that's very easy. I think we just need to limit the mistakes, right? When we go to Indy and we go to these next few tracks, because we got the 2-mile racetrack of Michigan the week after, which I think is another track we all love. And then we go to Bristol. So I think these are 3 tracks that we can really do well at. I think we all thought Echopark would go better, but I think this is a stretch of races where the team could really get red hot before the chase starts.
Yeah, absolutely. As the summer starts to wind down, people have their eyes more on the chase. We go to these big, fast 2-mile tracks, Michigan, Pocono, we were at a couple of weeks ago. Now we're at Indianapolis tomorrow. I always like those kind of tracks. I think with the Gen 7, that's where the Gen 7 shows to be a good car for viewership. The races are going to be exciting. dirty air always seems to plague the excitement of races, but you know that's part of racing. So
It is.
I'm looking forward to it. I think I have a game plan. I'm going to be up early practicing my qualifying laps because that will definitely play a role into how the race shapes out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be practicing how to pass at Indy when I come from the tail. Hopefully, not many guys show up. I guess this week. That's gonna be my hope for the week. But I think we're gonna look at some Speedway stats on the season, right? So we have 11 starts at Speedways that are a mile and a half or longer, including the 2-mile track that is Pocono Raceway where I won. And we look at the season stats. We look at if we look at average running position and look at those top 5 guys, they have it in the top 10. I have a 5.6. Dwayne has a 6.2. If I was qualifying, I think I would be a really big threat. But with the unknowns of if we'll have yellows, I think I'm going to be tethered. Really, if we don't have a yellow, I'm not winning. I just think I can say that pretty confidently. I don't think that's very controversial. Dwayne, I think, is the guy that's going to be really scary, man. He's so good at these types of tracks. John is someone who I feel like he was really off at Pocono on the only other 2-mile race. He's really good at these types of tracks, but man, he was really off at Pocono. Which is kind of odd, I would say, Jack, that, I mean, he ran in the 20s, I think, for most of that race, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like, you're not doing your qualifying lap tomorrow, so although it's going to be hard to pass, and, you know, in that first green flag run, you might not be where you would usually want to be, you know, come the first pit cycle. I mean, if we watched the Coke Series race last night, it's not impossible to get to the front. You know, you had guys like Chris Hill, Parker White, Michael Cozy Jr. You know, they led most of the race. Parker ended up winning. But, you know, as the race went on,
Cozy was up there?
Cozy was up there. We
I love
had some
Cozy, man.
chaos at the end. You know, people like Casey Kerwin, Malik Ray, you know, they found their cars at the front at the end. So it's certainly not impossible. And even though I think that single file racing, the occasional 2-wide, is obviously going to be the theme of the race, you know, late race restarts, they get crazy, and you can certainly be there in position to gain as many spots as you can. So I think the chaos could definitely play a factor.
Oh, 100%. And I think that's another reason that we should look at the average start. I think that's somewhere I have a weakness. I mean, there's 3 guys below me in average running position that have a much higher average start. I mean, the best average start is John Osborne with a 5.1, which is insane. He has 2 poles. Adam Boughton has 2 poles. Dwayne has a pole at this type of racetrack. And Michael Carter has a pole as well. So that's something you got to watch out. Qualifying is really important here. You said it yourself. I mean, obviously we could have chaos, but with the way Hypershift Racing kind of goes, we don't tend to see that. And that's kind of been the trend this year. We have not seen yellows. I mean, Pocono went flag to checkered green, right? We didn't have a single wreck at Pocono. So I'm intrigued to really see how this race is going to play out. But, I mean, I don't count out like Anthony Ludi or anything. I mean, we know how the fuel is at these types of racetracks, right? A guy that runs top 10 in the average running position, or the top 15, like the 95 car, the 40 of Denise, even Matt Sisler. I don't think Matt is going to run terrible by any means, but he's not traditionally as fast at these racetracks as we go to the other more technical ones for the 31 car. There's a lot to look forward to next week. I think the only thing that really we won't see is tire saving for once in the Hypershift Racing League, because the track just doesn't really eat your tires up. You probably just take right side tires for the entire race and be fine. We're just
find the opposite. Maybe I'm thinking of the old repave. I find the old Indianapolis would definitely be different, because I feel like I used to do races there where the right side tires would wear out a lot.
Well, I mean, the tire models changed a lot. So I haven't raced, and this isn't the fixed setup, because they said the fixed setup was plowing terrible. So they have a different setup. I have not driven it yet. I was going to, and I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow when I get home from work. But, I mean, from what I hear, I mean, if a car drives pretty good and it's not plowing in the next gen at these types of tracks, I don't see... I mean, tires going to mean something still. I mean, if you have 40-lap old tires, you're going to be slow, but right-side tires are honestly sometimes, most time, quicker than lefts. So I would say tires aren't really going to mean as much as I think you... but if they are, I mean, that would be awesome, right? Because with the next gen, we don't see a lot of the kind of traditional tire saving like we would see in the Gen 7 or the Gen 6, excuse me.
I food my mouth. Sorry, continue.
No, you're fine. I mean, and I think it's going to be very interesting with these types of racetracks at the speedways. I think we show a lot of pace at the speedways. I don't think we get maybe the finishes we deserve. I think there's a few speedways that have slipped through our fingers.
Absolutely.
I think Kansas was one that me and you both could have won Kansas if things went our way.
Yeah, no, I can name quite a few this year that got away from us. I mean, sometimes there were races that got away from one driver on the team, and the other driver would come in and take the win, like Pocono this year.
Or like
Got
Darlington.
away from me, Darlington. We both had our instances where one of our guys would topple, and the other guy would come in and take it. But things happen like on those big tracks in Indianapolis, Pocono, Michigan. Stuff like that happens. So even though the race might seem predictable, as did the Coke race last night.
I didn't watch Coke race, so.
Right. Well, even though the person who dominated did win, you're going to see fast guys that fall off late in the end due to unpredictable circumstances. So
I'm excited for this week. It's my home racetrack. I have a special scheme for tomorrow night. You'll see it on track. It looks beautiful. I saw it today. It looks so good on the racetrack. It looks great under the lights. Unfortunately, Indy doesn't have lights. Maybe we'll have to run it again somewhere else, but I don't really know where I would run it. I think that gets into our picks for tomorrow night's race. So our pole position guy, who you got for sitting on the top step on the pole position? Who are we gonna get for your race win, your pick to win, and your dog of the evening? Who is the underdog that could capture a checkered flag?
All right. Well, I'll start off with my pole prediction. My pole prediction is Adam Bowden. I think these tracks like Indianapolis, I seem to struggle there in qualifying, and then I think where everyone struggles, he from what I've seen always seems to be the one that figures it out the quickest. So I could see him going to pole tomorrow. It's very hard in those corners at Indianapolis. They feel like they're so long. They're changing. There's a lot of you got to pretty much add the throttle back at the perfect time. That's what I always find is hard. You can't let the car tighten up. That's what I do a lot, and then you're washing out too early on corner exit, and I think I'll see him put down a fast lap tomorrow. So what about you?
My pole prediction, man, this is really tough. I mean, we saw the average start from a lot of guys, but I'm gonna have to go with that 11 of John Osborne. He's so good in qualifying, and I think the 11 will snatch a pole again and get the third one on the year at this track type. So I think the 11 is gonna be my pole position for tomorrow night.
Well, he was going to be my pick. I said Adam at the last second, but that is certainly reasonable. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw the 11 top the charts tomorrow in qualifying. I would say my pick for the win would be Jonathan Cofield. Now, for Cofield,
that's not bad.
I know you obviously cannot compare a track like Richmond, for example, to Indianapolis, but
not at all.
Not at all. I'm with you there, but Richmond super hard to pass, led from start to finish. That's similar to Indianapolis. I saw it firsthand. I was on the slipper the whole race. But just because he can do it at a short track, he can easily do it at a big track. So
yeah,
I mean, you can disagree with me there. I think I think Cofield could go the way tomorrow. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't mind that pick. I don't mind that pick for Cofield. He's not gonna lead every lap. There won't be either. If there's no yellows, then he's not gonna lead every lap. But no, I don't mind that pick. I don't like the comparisons to Richmond and Indy. Well, they're both hard to pass. Okay. That's literally it. Oh, and the track's kind of flat. That's about it. About the similarities end there. Super fast, 200-mile-an-hour racetrack. Short bumper banging racetrack. Goofy guy. You cracked me up. My pick to win. Man, I don't know. It's really tough. I feel like it's we haven't seen this guy really, I think, win a lot this year. I don't think he's probably gotten the finishes he's deserved a lot. I think Adam Boughton captures one at the Brickyard. He's pretty good there. I remember him last year being pretty sporty. I don't quite remember where he ran all day, but I think that's going to be my pick. I mean, Adam's pretty good in these types of tracks too. I don't remember how he ran at Pocono. Don't remember where he ran at Pocono this year. I can't quite recall. I don't know if it was all that. I don't think it was even in the top 5. I don't remember. But I think Adam's going to get her done come tomorrow night at the Brickyard. So that's my pick for the win. And who do you got for your dog of the night tomorrow night, the underdog?
Well, I got a good pick for this one. So my dog for tomorrow is Anthony Ludi. You know, I've always seen him super fast at Pocono. He's always been great at Pocono.
He's really good there.
Every single time I've been with him there, he knows how to drive a car in dirty air way better than most people I see on the track. And you know, if he's not plagued by insanely bad luck, you know, we can see him make a good run towards the finish. Like he's a safe driver. You know, at these big tracks where dirty air is huge and it's hard to find another lane, I think he can always stay there. His car's never plowing like you see everybody else. So he's my pick to have a good showing tomorrow.
Yeah, and he was one of those guys with like I think a 10.3 or something in average start. So he's pretty good at qualifying too in these types of racetracks. But yeah, he was my dog last week at Atlanta. He was my dog pick, and he was my pole pick. Neither of those went through, unfortunately for Anthony. I don't remember where he finished last week. I think he got caught up in some stuff late. I might be wrong. But my dog, man, this is. Can I say myself for the dog? Because like I love Indy. It is probably one of my most favorite racetracks. It's so weird of a racetrack for a stock car. Number one, really in general, it's a weird racetrack. But man, I love this place. And if I'm fast tomorrow night, I am going to pass a lot of cars. I am going to, and if we get one caution at the right time, I will be fighting for this win. So, you know what, screw it. I'm picking myself as the dog because I don't think I'm going to win with starting dead last. It's going to be really tough. But man, if they give me a sniff, I really want to win at my home track 2 years in a row, man. I love that place.
No, yeah, I absolutely. Like, I mean, if you're starting in the back and it's Indy, combination of those two together, I think we're going to see you be one of the biggest movers from start to finish. So I think that's a safe pick. I think it's okay to pick yourself this week. So yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Gage gains the most spots from start to finish tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I should get the hardest charger point. I think I could get that. I might not actually get that because you have to qualify, I think.
Yeah, you do actually.
Yeah, so never mind. Maybe I can qualify still by just getting EOL. Does that count? I don't think so.
I wouldn't say so.
I don't think so. No. No, unfortunately. But man, I am excited for tomorrow night, man. We're gonna have about this time tomorrow night. We are going to be getting ready, getting practicing in, and I hope our boy Connor has a good night tomorrow night. I mean, he has had some really tough luck. This is the type of track though that's really technical, man, and I really hope he can get something solid in. It's been a rough season for Connor.
Yeah, you know, I'm always hoping for Connor. Obviously, you know, he perseveres. He's always out there with a good mindset. But I'm going to warn you, Connor, that car will tighten up at Indy. You know, that's one of the tracks we see on corner exit early in the race, dirty air. That car is going to tighten up and it's going to get real close to the outside wall. So, you know, I mean, that goes for everybody. Everybody's going to have to be careful of that. But yeah, I think Connor could have a good night tomorrow for sure.
I just feel he has a lot of bad luck. Don't get me wrong. He has a lot of bad luck.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I'd really like to see him get a decent result for himself. And I think it really boosts his spirit. So I'm looking forward to that. And I think the team's going to run really well. I think honestly, all of us, me, you, and Jaden can get top 5s. I think if Connor keeps the wheels under him, I think he can get a top 15, top 10. If he keeps the car on the wall. No offense, Connor. We love you, buddy, but
Love you, Connor.
We love you, Connor. But yeah.
Connor.
Huh?
Said love you, Connor.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I think the team's in for a good weekend next week. I think we're 3rd in team standings now, unfortunately. We were leading for a while. Hopefully we can lead with the driver standing point lead. Hopefully both of you, I think you both can definitely mathematically make the chase next week and be in. But I mean, you both have to have really good nights, and those guys in the bubble would have to have bad nights, which I could see. I could see both of those. Some because I mean the guys in the bubble. I think Michael Carter's last one. He's very ebb and flowy. He has a lot of good runs. He looks really sporty, and then seems like he's always in the middle of kind of the drama, mid pack or top back half the top 10. So I would say gonna be a good night tonight or tomorrow night with the whole team, man. So you got further more to add for the Hypershift race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yeah, you know, I love the track. It's always been one of my favorites in officials and league sessions. Jaden likes it as well. You know, we saw early speed of him, out of him last year. So I think, you know, this is one of the tracks all year that I've had circled, not just for myself, but for a good average finish for all four of our guys. So I am looking forward to it. And I feel, apart from the any unforeseen circumstances, I think we could all definitely have great runs.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think we all can have some really good runs tomorrow night. That's really that's about wraps up Hypershift talk for the evening. We can talk about O'Reilly. You want to talk about O'Reilly?
I didn't watch O'Reilly. I watched Cup, so I think I couldn't speak too much on O'Reilly. I think you got that.
Well, I mean, O'Reilly, I think, was the race of the weekend. Because holy, man, Cup race was awesome, don't get me wrong. But wow. I mean, just what a race. Probably from the drop of the green flag. I mean, stage one was kind of like stage one for Cup. Really spread out. Really a different feel, but I like it. I still like that racing at Atlanta. I don't think it's fun. It's still very different from it's the most different thing you could possibly see at any racetrack. It's really cool to watch. I think Allgaier won the stage or something like usual. But yeah, I mean, O'Reilly race was chaos. Almost saw Brendan Poole win. I was screaming at my TV, hoping Brendan would get it done. And then he didn't get it done. And then Parker Retzlaff.
Parker didn't get it done.
I was like, Parker can do this. And then no. Kvapil doesn't push him. I was like, no. All this for Justin Allgaier win. All of that for an Allgaier win. How boring. Like, if you looked at the top 10 with like, I think 10 to go, there was like a combined 3 career wins between anyone. And then Justin Allgaier wins. Most boring winners, I swear, this year in O'Reilly. Some great runs, but holy, man. That is the most anticlimactic thing ever. But getting to the Cup race, this guy, 3-car, qualified 4th, got a top 10. Got a top 10 in stage 1, too. I was very pleased with the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I watched everything from the resume of the rain delay. I did not see anything before the rain delay. But you know, Atlanta's one of those tracks that's changing every single year. Obviously, we're going to see more than Daytona and Talladega. Cars can move around a lot more. They also get spread out a lot more. I was talking with Jaden night of the race, and as much as I like to see the car handling become more of a thing at super speedways, very reminiscent, you know, the early 2010s, late 2000s. As much as I like to see that, you know, with the next gen, I just like seeing the cars packed up at Atlanta. Maybe at Daytona, I like to see them move around, but Atlanta, like, it's small. I think we can have cars backed up. It's not going to be as gridlock just because track's smaller. So, you know, I don't know what NASCAR's plan is in the future. I don't know if they're going to repave Atlanta in the next 5 years. You know, they've had it five seasons now. They've run that track. I think not in the next 5 years. Next 15. We could see it happening.
That's a lot. That's 20 years after the repave. Yeah, that makes sense, Check.
Well, it depends on if their goal is to keep it a super tight
is.
drafting track, or do they want the car handling to become more of a thing?
I think they want both. I think they want both. I think they want the car handling to be effective. And I think Denny Hamlin made a great point on his podcast. Denny Hamlin makes great points on his podcast, I think, every week. I love watching Action is Detrimental. It's my Monday or Tuesday night, if it's a late show, hour of fun, listening to Denny's point of view of the weekend. But yeah, I think he made a great point. The tire. We need to change the tire, number one. I think the tires need to be changed. Make them softer because they're like boulders. They don't wear. I mean, Ryan Blaney was on like a 100-something lap old tires at the end of the race, and he still won the race. He just takes fuel only or right side tires. I think tires mattered like a little bit. Like they just kind of helped in traffic, but they didn't matter like especially if you were a really trimmed out car like the 12 was. He didn't have, I think, the handling. He was more just fast. He was really fast. I mean, he got the pole by like a whole tenth of a second over Logano. But I mean, yeah, I think that's how you fix that. But like, do you repave it? That's expensive. That's really expensive to repave the track every 4 or 5 years. And I think the racing's great. I think it's amazing. I think it just needs to be, I mean, obviously if it's cold weather or nighttime, like it is the races we have, the racing's great. I even think daytime racing there is still fun. I still like the drafting, and it kind of looks, unfortunately, it does look like a 550 package race, the dreaded 550 package. It kind of does look like that. It is different, but man, it's just cool. I really do think the handling should matter here. And then they I don't know if you saw this, Jack. They're making a change to the super speedway package at Daytona and Talladega. So I think they removed like 4 inches from the spoiler. I think they took the horsepower down a little bit. So hopefully the runs are better. So these guys don't have this big push of air at the big cracks. Because that's the reason why. And me and you get it in the sim. Like if we pull out of line and we don't have a monster run or guys pushing us at those tracks, you just go backwards. You can't take a run anywhere. You can't create runs worth anything. It's because the cars are so damn draggy. They drag everywhere. It's the most draggy car on super speedways ever. You can race the late models there and they don't drag that much. So hopefully, I mean, it is 4 inches of drag, at least from just the spoiler. And then the horsepower changes to, I think, to mitigate, the speeds at the tracks with the more downforce taken off. I hope that's fun come Daytona, because I think Daytona's racing is okay. The last couple of years, I think the first few years at Daytona and the next gen was shit. I think they're terrible races. But Talladega, wow, what a snooze fest. Every time we go, and in the sim too. Unless you got really, really good guys in the sim even that are like going crazy and balls to the wall, the racing sucks. It just sucks. And it's really unfortunate. I mean, these cars just take pushes too well. They're too goddamn draggy. I would really like to see Talladega not suck anymore.
Well, yeah, I think the biggest thing that the fans have learned with 5 years of running the next gen is that it's high downforce, and downforce is a huge thing on super speedways. That's the reason Atlanta is wearing so much. The lateral forces on those cars at Atlanta are insane. It's the highest lateral force track.
Oh yeah,
or downwards force against the banking in NASCAR. That's a fact. That's really wearing out the surface, and that's why at Talladega, that's why we're not seeing exciting racing. There's no, I mean, as you go Talladega, Daytona, Atlanta from lowest, Talladega, Daytona, Atlanta, and as you go up that, the lateral forces are increasing. So that's why we're not seeing Talladega be exciting anymore. The cars are super smooth to drive. They drive themselves. So, I think lowering the spoilers is a great thing
it's just that drag, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Like you get it, right, Jack? Like when you pull out a line at Dega, you just hit it feels like you hit a wall.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I really do hope that, because a Daytona night race this last few years have just been bonkers of a race to watch. I don't know what's going on at the night race. I mean, everyone just loses their fucking mind and just starts murdering each other, which I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love a little drama coming into the post. Is that the finale for this chase this year?
It is. It is August 29th. Yep.
Oh, can't wait for that. Then we have North Wilkesboro this next week. I'm actually really excited for North Wilkesboro to have a race. How about you?
It's a classic track, but like with the next gen, it's not what it should be. That event should be prestigious. It should put on a show. It puts on a show in trucks, always putting on a show in late models. But with the next gen, it's not exciting. It's not the real North Wilkesboro that we're watching.
Here's my thing. The only next gen racing we've had here, we've not had the full field at all. We've never had the whole field of dumbasses on the racetrack at once, right? And I love Like if we put another, because I think the All-Star race is like 22, 24 cars. That's 12, 13 guys that aren't there up, or any of the open cars that show up as well. Because I think there'll be some open cars in the entry list, probably like the 66 or the 44. That's more cars. And I think that one year with Bell and Logano was super fun. They battled it. And I think the track's so wide now, from what I hear from the drivers when I looked into it, you can run everywhere. You run from the top to the bottom with the repave a few years back. And it's worn in a little bit. Hopefully Goodyear brings a tire that wears. That's something to look at, because this isn't an old track surface like Richmond is, where the tire just like shreds apart. It has 2 seconds to fall off at Richmond. But I'm optimistic, but I agree with you. I mean, Trucks is awesome. You watch Trucks there, and they're slipping and sliding on the new surface. And then there's the Cup cars.
Yeah, you know, they're pigs, but North Wilkesboro on the sim. I mean, we do have the new North Wilkesboro on the sim now, don't we?
You've had it for a while, buddy. You've had it for a while.
Right, yeah. I should know that, but I've done it before. And it's hard.
I've never done it in the next gen.
Hard Racing puts on a show, so I will give it that. But yeah, the next gen package is just something we have to fix in the next couple of years.
We just need to get rid of the car. I hate it so much.
Dump it. Bring
And
back
we need
Gen
to go-
6.
Just take the O'Reilly car, add it, like make it 900 horsepower, and just keep it. Just keep it. Like the O'Reilly car is awesome. That is the best.
Maybe lower it. Maybe lower the ride height of it.
Maybe.
It's pretty high up, but you know.
But the racing's
you're gonna have
awesome.
to lower the ride height. Yeah,
that's the
It
thing. The racing's awesome. I mean, you can do whatever tiny changes you need to the car, or maybe you don't need 900 horses. Probably a lot for the way the car is built, but definitely make it quicker than the O'Reilly car. But I like that car is awesome. Just like slap that. Don't make it an electric EV series either, NASCAR. Don't do that.
No. We're not going to
No.
do that ever.
We don't want
I hope not.
no one wants to watch the crossover series, the electric crossover series. Yeah, I'll be like,
I'm good.
I'll text you. I'll be like, hey, you want to watch crossover? The electric crossovers?
No, I'm good, dude.
I don't know who watches it. Does anyone like crossovers, especially electric ones? Do you know anyone? I don't know anyone. All right, we've gotten lost in the weeds here. Let's wrap this sucker up, and let's go ahead and get our diecast of the week. Jack, do you want to lead us off?
I will. It's not a race win, but I think with Indianapolis coming up, this car has won here before.
Okay.
And Kyle Larson's Indianapolis 500 themed car. I picked this up at IMS last year.
Is that the 24 version?
Yes, it is.
Nice piece.
It is. So
Nice.
not the race win. He did win in that car. So hopefully I'm going to try to make my car as close to that setup as I can. I'm going to take apart the diecast tonight. See what he's running in this area.
You're gonna get gifted the front row on a restart like he did.
Oh yeah.
I watched it.
Yes.
I was pissed.
I was pissed too. I was
I
pissed.
was so
I had to flag it one more lap. Get everybody switch lanes. Yeah. But yeah.
Don't get me
It's
started
fast.
on that. Yeah, it's a great. It's a great piece too. But here is my piece. I just acquired this. This is a 2008 Kyle Busch win at Daytona, the Interstate Battery Toyota Camry. I mean, one of my the glare from that is crazy, but man, great piece. I love this piece. I just got it. It was an expensive piece, but I love the way the COTs look. This is a great piece. Last week I had the money lion Ford for Brad. But I love the COTs. I'm glad I'm starting to get some because you just can't find these, man. You cannot find these.
Yeah, it brings back good super speedway racing memories. That COT
Yes.
package, man.
Gen 6,
Yeah, absolutely.
the end of the Gen 6 has, I think, the best super speedway racing, but the end of the COT is also amazing. Or just the
Oh yeah.
tandem. Tandem's fun too. And I have DIN 481. It's my DIN for the car. So really love that piece. And we're going to be looking forward to our team hitting the track at, well, this time we'll be on the first few laps right now. Tomorrow night, 24 hours time, 2410 esports. Hoping to get a car in victory lane. Hopefully it's me. You know.
Hopefully I'm at least close. Hopefully I'm at least close to you at your home track.
I would hope so. You're gonna, I'm assuming, out qualify me. I would think.
I would hope so, man. Hope so.
I would hope so as well. I think Connor will too.
Are you starting at the back or do you get a drive through?
Back.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like I didn't cause, if it would have been 2 yellows cause, like if there's a yellow for that lap one, that's what I was saying earlier. The lap one not being a yellow was good for me because I probably would be getting a drive through or more weeks probation and tracks where it's impossible to pass, like Bristol and Michigan, Indy. But yeah, we're going to next week, or this tomorrow night, and I'm really excited for my home racetrack. Thank you for watching the Virtual Victory Lane podcast, and I think that name's pretty cool. I think I landed with that.
Absolutely.
I like the Virtual Victory Lane.
And which channel is this streamed on? I do not know.
SQ187 Sim Racing Network. We just gained a subscriber actually, which is awesome. About 103 now. We broke 100 last week, which was awesome. Not a big channel. We're starting out, and we're gonna get the show rolling. Obviously, we did some spotter chatter, I think, last week with you in an NIS race that went pretty well. Pretty well. Yeah.
It could have been better. It could have been better.
Without a
Not a
doubt.
fan of that setup, man. That fixed setup.
The fix up's terrible.
Pig.
They're always
Horrible.
pigs. But I mean, thank you for everyone for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. I love that. And leave some comments on any topics or questions you have for us in the upcoming weeks in the comment section in the live.